Yo, what's up, guys? So today's video we're gonna be playing this like hyper spam log bait deck. Alright, so in this video we're actually doing live gameplay, guys. So in the last videos, all my previous videos, it's been a recorded gameplay with a voiceover over it. However, this one we're actually doing live gameplay because I thought you guys might prefer that. Alright, so this deck is like, obviously you've got no building, you got no cannon, so you want to be constantly pressuring for the most part, just so your opponent can't build up a big push. Because if they get a big push, especially when you don't have your Evo Valk, it's going to be a tough one to defend. So, you can still defend, but you're going to obviously take damage. And yeah, you just want to be spamming, especially in single. Like why you don't have your Evo as a cycle. It's just such a funny deck to run. Like the amount of people that they get triggered from facing this is crazy. But yeah, you just mostly want to keep the pressure on. Against other like bait decks, like especially like Evo Skelly Bar, you just need to be careful not spamming too hard because you don't want to be down elixir versus like Evo Skeleton Bar, because then you can't cook versus it if you need to defend low on elixir. But yeah, anyway, so the main thing is like going in and then defending with your Dark Goblins and just annoying troops like that in general. Your Evo Valkyrie is like your main like clutch defense where you're down elixir or whatever, and then Evo Valk plus Vines combo is broken because then the Evo Valk just lives forever basically. And you also want to be mostly playing opposite lane, you guys, with this deck, just because. Let's say if you're facing like Sparky and they chuck a Sparky in the back, you kind of want to just rush over lane so they can't build up a Sparky push. Or if you're facing like P.E.K.K.A. or something, they P.E.K.K.A. in the back, and you just want to go opposite lane, because if you play same lane, just giving them value and feeding their P.E.K.K.A. Or especially like Graveyard, stuff like that. Okay, so against Graveyard defense, it's like your main key things like Dark Goblin, Berserker, but you got to be careful of Vines, so usually you want to like Dark Goblin behind the King Tower. What I like to do is also switch up my barrel placements all the time, because a lot of people are running Barbarian barrel in their decks right now. And obviously if I'm switching my barrel placements being unpredictable, it's just frustrating for them, the other user, to know where I'm barreling all the time. Okay. I'm going to Vines this Furnace just to damage it, because Evo Furnace is going to be so annoying to face. I've got Evo Valk and Cycle, which can clutch up on defense. And then obviously I want to try to get my normal Dark Goblin down low. And then this Evo Furnace is so annoying, you guys. I have the Wall Breakers to block the Fire Spirit. Barrel Vines is such a broken combination if they don't have a spell and cycle, you guys. Or even sometimes Wall Breaker Vines is broken. So look at this, just Vines and bruh. Just take the whole tower because he defends with a troop, because we outcycle the spells. Anyways, in this next matchup, we're facing Dagger Duchess, which kind of counters. It's very tough, especially in single. Dagger Duchess thrives, because in double and triple you can easily like make them run out of daggers, but in singles rough. I think we're facing Sparky here, so this is kind of a rough matchup, because if they just chuck a Sparky in the back, that's like clogging up the whole lane. We can't go in, especially with Dagger Duchess. They can also ignore like a lot. Anyways, you mainly want to like against Duchess, like you kind of want to go in when you've like soaked out all the daggers, because then when you take out the daggers, the tower's pretty useless. Anyway, I'll take out these ups with a Dark Goblin. Unfortunately, it dies, but yeah, I've got my Evo barrel. And by the way, quick tip with Evo barrels: usually want to tank for the decoy at least. If you can tank for both sides, even better. But you usually mostly just want to tank for the decoy barrel, as obviously Duchess, so probably take no hits. But even normal tower, you want to tank for it, because it's like pretty weak but does nice damage. Anyway, when they spark in the back, you guys, you always want to pressure the other lane so they can't build up a big Sparky push. So here, bait out elixir, so he has to Dark Print, and he can't really back up the Sparky basically. Because once they get like the True Time Sparky, it's rough. But obviously with Vines, you kind of get bailed out versus Sparky. Okay, anyways, I want to just Berserk on top of this. And then, honestly, my pressure behind this, because the Berserker's going to soak up some daggers out of the Dagger Duchess, and he's forced to heal Spirit plus Rage, which is nice for me. And then heading into double Elixir, honestly, I feel like in double and triple, this matchup's going to get better because we're facing Dagger Duchess. Obviously, he's going to have more Elixir to defend, which kind of sucks, but yeah. Okay, so he goes Sparking back, obviously, like always, on a pressure of a lane, force out Elixir. I go for Vines on the Dark Prince, however, he does E-Barbs, which is kind of unfortunate. So we get no Wall Breakers connection. E-Barbs are basically dead though, chat. So, chat, I've just said chat, no way. Because I'm used to streaming, guys. I'm streaming every day on TikTok right now. I'm so used to saying chat. But yeah, not chat, you guys. But, okay, so we get decent defense. We have to use Evo without Vines. Still take damage, unfortunate. But at the end of the day, sometimes you do take damage because you have no cannon with this deck. This deck is so fun to play, you guys. That's like the best part about this deck, honestly. It's so fun to play. It's just like constant spam, constant pressure. And it's pretty skillful as well, even though it's just spam a lot of the time. It's like tactical spam, and you can kite away their troops with like their wall breakers and stuff like that, basically. One tip that like is really important is like you want to space out your Dark Goblins so you can't give them like as much Vines value. So like, let's say if they got Vines, you want to like put it in the other lane or something so they can't hit your tower and Dark Goblin, basically, guys. Because Dark Goblin's normally the troop they want to Vines in general. Anyways, we get a barrel down the back of a Dark Prince's charge in one shot, which is pretty unfortunate. But like always, Dark Goblin plus Ice Spirit counters that pretty nicely. On a 5 Spirit Wall Breakers, 5 Spirit to take out the daggers. He does got E-Barbs, however, then E-Barbs are basically dead. I'm already back to another Dark Goblin. The cycle is crazy with this deck, honestly. Okay, so I'm going to show you how overpowered the Evo Valkyrie sometimes. That one nice, beautiful Ice Spirit to freeze up the Sparky. And look at the value of the Evo Valkyrie, putting us back into the game, really, because I know we gone down too much damage, but we was down a bit of Elixir there. Okay, anyway, on a Valk to protect, but unfortunately Dark Up dies to an Ewis. Got no Berserker, honestly, I just don't want this guy to build up a push. So we do get Vines on the right, however, it's a second late because of the Dark Prince already splash. I go all in on this side, hoping that he doesn't build up a push, and Vines last second and the Wall Breakers connect. What a clutch, what a game. Really close one. Absolute one. Absolute crazy game. In this next matchup, I'm going to start off with the Barrel Ice Spirit combination. Just get to our Evo Barrel as soon as possible, guys. Okay. And by the way, if you guys were wondering, on stream earlier today, I had a lot of people wondering if they could run this deck without Cannoneer and stuff like that. I would recommend to run this with Cannoneer. If you want to run Logbait without Cannoneer and Princess Tower, I would probably recommend substituting a Cannon in, maybe for like a Berserker or something, guys, or maybe for the Fire Spirit. Yeah, probably Fire Spirit would be better to swap it with. Also, if you don't have Evo Valkyrie, I would highly recommend swapping for like an Evo Cannon or something. But Evo Valk is like the main defense in a lot of situations. Can clutch up a lot, so you definitely need to swap it with a building for sure. Like, you can't just swap it out for Evo and Knight, because Evo Valk and Evo and Knight are very different, even though Valkyrie and Knight are similar. But the Evos work very differently. And let's get Dark up in the middle. Force out Vines, Fire Spirit to make the Lumbee walk a bit more. But Vines, so we do have to play Berserker. Wall Breakers to pressure behind this Berserker, because the Berserker will tank up a few shots, but unfortunately we don't get a connection because of a nice Firecracker. However, we can get a nice King Tower activation here, which is nice. Okay. Alright, again I want to switch up my barrel placements. I'm going to support with a Fire Spirit just to pressure. I do play nice Vines, however I don't know why that Valk swings after I just Vinesed it. It's pretty weird, but look how much damage we get just because of the vines, chat. Not chat. Oh my gosh. Been streaming too much recently. Alright. This is pretty challenging to defend, I'm not going to lie, guys. Just because we're kind of down a bit of elixir and we don't get the vines in time, and looks like we might honestly lose most of our tower, guys. Yeah, we do. We are still up damage. Oh, not anymore. But I'm going to go in and try to take the tower right now because I know I'm going to struggle to defend. I play my wall breakers bridge and then I play my barrel on the back just to make his troops walk more. Okay, so I get my Dark Gob in the middle. I know I'm pretty sure I can't defend this fully. I do try, but he goes in for a freeze, which I don't mind because him freezing means he's down a bit of elixir, so I can just Evo barrel, and then he can't fully defend that right side, so we managed to take the tower pretty much last second, basically. Like 2 seconds to go. Great clutch. Okay, so I want the wall breakers to pressure here. Force him to defend. I don't really want to... I've got hiccups. I hate having hiccups. So I don't really want him to like build up a big push, really. Here I have Evo Valkyrie to bail me out, though, which is nice. Okay, so I kind of want to get my Ice Spirit as soon as I can, just to deny most damage. Evo Val gets a huge hit, which we really needed. Anyway, I want to just Valk because I'm scared he's going to like pocket Lumby Loon me. And also I have no building. That barrel was a misclick, you guys. I think it meant to be a vines, not a barrel. However, we do take the Evo Lumby out, which is pretty nice. I don't want that going to my tower. I try to keep my Dark Goblin alive as well, but the Evo Valk kind of takes it out. But we nearly take the Evo Valk out, which is nice. We force out the vines. I'm just going to go Berserker Vines Ice Spirit for the balloon. Does a nice job, however. I do have to play my Dark Gob. And then this is looking crazy, you guys. We do actually eat a balloon hit to the face, but yeah, the tower takes a balloon hit, but I don't know why I said to the face, to the tower, not to the face. But we just have to kind of spam here because look at our tower. And then, wow, the barrel and the fire spirit actually connect somehow because I spread out the barrel on the back and then the fire spirit jumps. Crazy win. Like, that was so close, honestly. But we do take the win, which is very nice. Yeah, I'd highly recommend trying this deck out, you guys. And yeah, feel free to comment what you think of this new type of recording where I'm doing live gameplay rather than recorded gameplay, and let me know if you guys enjoy. And also, if you want to catch up on the streams, I do stream daily on TikTok, so drop a follow on the TikTok. Greatly appreciate you guys. Anyway, till next time, peace out.